Okay, hello, hello. I'm going to be checking out the demo for a game that is not out as of current. It is called Starvester, and it is a short... Well, I'm literally just reading it off here. It's a short incremental game about expanding a star system-wide factory to build giant megastructures in space, deploy swarms of drones, mine resources and unlock upgrades, and harvest the power of the stars. And with that being said, there does seem to be... what is it? It's not a Dyson sphere. What the heck is it called? So it's like the step before a Dyson sphere or a Dyson ring. It's a bunch of mirrors or panels in front of the sun collecting the energy. I don't remember what it's called. But the art for the game has that on it, so whatever the heck that's called. So I don't know what to really expect out of this one, because it kind of looks like a little bit of the... Okay, I don't know why continue was able to be clicked, but sure. It kind of looked like it was a little bit of extreme late game Stellaris combined with maybe... I think the game's name was like Delta V. Greetings, Starvester. You have reached your destination. I hope your cryosleep was comfortable. Hello. This is the planet Vesta. Click and hold it to mine fuel. It'll be useful to us. We'll get there eventually. Accumulate a lifetime total of 30 fuel. To expand your factory, doesn't use any resources. No signs of life detected in the star system. All clear to harvest the parent star. But isn't that technically incorrect? The planet has green on it, presumably, you know, grass and trees, so technically speaking, that is life. To achieve that, you'll need an enormous amount of resources. Keep expanding the factory, and mine resources from places that you discover. Quick tip. To move your view, click and drag with the middle mouse or right click button. Alright, fair enough. Lastly, you can zoom in and out by scrolling or with up and down arrows. Humanity thanks you for your service. We're counting on you, Starvester. Okay, so we are the X-Series Xenon. We are the self-replicating drone. What could go wrong with having a fully autonomous self-replicating drone that is hell-bent on stripping entire star systems for materials? I'm sure that there is nothing that would be at all a cause for concern with that. Drones can be modified into other drones. Hold the button to spawn multiple drones. Cost 55 fuel. Spawns a mining drone that mines fuel. Hold the button to spawn. Okay, costs 1 drone. There you go. They're now doing their thing. They're like a tick. I kind of hate them, actually, because it really is actually like looking at a parasite. Can we get some drones for the asteroid belt, maybe? I like the music choice, though. It's kind of nice. Can I actually lower the... Yeah. Oh my god, I'm sorry, what? What do you mean 600 frames per second? Okay, so that's just a lifetime total. Alright, so I can just keep dumping into the miners. I like that there's a little nebula here. Alright. You've built a research station. Deploy some drones to start researching. Okay, but do the drones start, like, parasitizing the research station as well, or do they just float around them? No, they orbit. Okay, cool. The music has changed. Oh. Whoops. There we go. I'm not saying much because I just kind of want to listen to the music right now. Kind of like it. I think it changed to this song because of the research station, so I think it's kind of changing music depending on what stage you're at. I don't know. If that was not the case and that was actually like the end of the previous song, that was kind of a jarring cut though. Hmm. 36 to 54, so that wasn't really double. Extra help. Spawns 5 research drones for research point gathering. Hold down the button to do it multiple times. I'm sorry, I can just... Alright. I guess that works. Just 5 extra free drones, effectively. Okay, so that went from 39 to 59, so not... Again, it's not a double amount, but that's still a decent chunk. Certainly adds up fast enough. I got 94. Mining speed. Wow, we're still not even near 15k total. How many is there a way of checking how many miners you have on the planet? Ah, 20, okay. You've discovered brittle rock. You can send common metals and deploy satellites from here. Elevator? So are we just slamming those things, like we're just taking rocks from the moon and then just slamming it into the surface of the planet? That seems safe. Oh boy, that's gonna start looking weird when that thing is looking like a pincushion. Yeah, so that in fact does not exactly tell you how many researchers you have. Alright, satellite. Builds a satellite that can be modified into other satellites. Each fuel satellite increases the fuel mined by each drone by a percentage. Same for the metal and research satellite. So yeah, you kind of just want all those, really. Alright, what is the percentage? Don't know. Actually, just don't know. Alright. Oh, get a research satellite going. So can you even... Alright, so there's one. I think that's the fuel one, maybe? There's the research one. Alright, yeah. So they are... I think they're actually orbiting Vesta itself, as opposed to the individual... You know, like, I don't think the research satellite is actually orbiting the research station. It is very difficult to tell what's going on there, though. Oh man, you can even zoom out and kind of see it happening. I don't think there would really be much left to the surface of this planet anymore. We are just pounding away with all those little space elevator rockets or deliveries, packages, whatever you want to call those. I am sure that the re-entry would be doing a hell of a number on the surface, though. Even if they're hitting the ocean, you know, still would probably be doing a decent chunk. Just constant tsunamis. It's fine. Alright, so we need a 400,000 total of fuel and 15,000 metal, which we are actually getting faster on the metal than we are the fuel. Man, I just... You really just can't really get the amount mined per second much higher, can you? It's 1.7 right now. Yeah, each satellite's only doing about 200 extra. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, well, we're almost there anyway. You've discovered Cinder Moon. You can press each from here when progress gets slow. It's already kind of slowing down, isn't it? ETA 3 minutes? It's a little bit of a shame. I thought there would be like solar flares happening, but nah, you mostly just get the whatever you want to call that. I don't know what that is. Is that technically solar flares, or is that a different type of phenomena involving stars? So I think it's 3 minutes for the next prestige point, maybe? Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Right, let's check out. I like that we actually get little, you know, constellations. Increased research per tier. Satellites are 100% more effective. Fuel income and metals gain is increased by 1% for each research drone. Fuel gain from drones is increased by 10% per tier for each prestige point. You can't start run with 20 drones per tier. Clicking and holding increases resource gain by... Okay, we're going to put... So how many research drones did I end up getting? Like 20-ish? So... I feel like maybe just research would be better. That's a lot of them. Just start off with 20 is quite a decent chunk. Ah, yeah, you know what? So it's 20 straight off the cuff, but you also don't have to worry about the inflation. So that's actually really quite good. Alright, so it is actually 1 research per drone now, is it? No. No, it's definitely not. Yeah, I like how just 3 points and it's already made such a difference for the early game. Alright, let's see. Mining speed, mining amount, yep. Why not? Yeah, that kind of wasn't really worth it, was it? I mean, there's not really any point not to do it, it's just the amount that it's giving, it's not very large. Alright, 12.5k. 907. Is this gonna really be worth it? Maybe. Doesn't really seem it, though. I think the fuel amount is actually going up at a pretty decent rate. .5k per second, 25k for the next upgrade. we have 221. Might as well just do that for now. Well, that's unfortunate. So that's kind of hard capped now. Well, soft capped. It's soft capped because you need to either get extra help or just spend more for drones, so. So do I get 3 prestige points again, or do I have to go further? Which type of incremental are you going for, Starvester? We have no points. Well, bugger. Yep, it's doing that. I need to actually get further than I did previously. Well, that sucks. Okay, so each mining amount is only giving 400. Yeah, so 300 research per second if I take extra help. That is severe diminishing returns at this point. It is a bit of a shame that this gas giant doesn't have anything to it, it seems. Not yet, least-wise. Alright, next one in 17 minutes. Oh, jeez. So 100, 1.6 thousand per second. So I'm like halfway to the next satellite. Oh boy. Yeah, getting that fuel is a little intense. .6, 1.9, so 300 extra for the mining speed upgrade. Okay, so it basically is taking at least 3 more drones. Well, 3 more elevators to even get like 100 more per second, so that's really not great. I really don't know what it means by +%. Is each satellite just a single percent? So 6 satellites is 6% more? I don't know. .4K. 192. Yeah, I could. Or 305K. Halfway, if that's what I'm going to go for. I like how that's just actually a solid straight line. Well, not straight, but it's a solid line of color now. A little bit more and I can get the upgrade for that for more resource per second, and then get the research for the fuel. Really kind of seems like you need to maximize your fuel, not so much the research. Probably should have put one of those points into the fuel production, double it up as opposed to just 1 point. Okay, so 6.2, fuel satellite, 6.6. So it's 400 extra. That's not terrible. Oh, but that kind of was for the sheer expense of that. Oof. Well, nearly there. TA 9 minutes. Oh, come on. Oh wow. Yeah, alright. So I didn't think that the manual mining would be worth the investment, and boy howdy, was I right. I do wonder if there's going to be random planets and whatnot, or if this is always just going to be the same planetary system. Kind of looks like it's just going to be this one. Bit of a shame, you know, it would be kind of nice just to see different planets. Oh, well, I was curious if that was going to be a thing, and yes, it actually is. It's a ring for some reason, though. Alright, so, precious ore. Mine gold. Extracts 1 gold. Each gold increases fuel generation... What? I'm sorry? I do kind of wonder if this game is actually in a 3D environment or if it's all 2D. Okay, I'm gonna need some more drones here. Ruthenium. Ruthenium increases common metals transport by 100. Iridium. Each iridium increases fuel generation speed by 1500% and silicon gen by 200%. That's a little ridiculous. And you need, it looks like 10 gold, I think. So then, that's still actually better than the gold as well. Rhodium. Each rhodium increases research point gathering by 1500% and all satellites effect by 100%. That's also pretty dang good. And then precious, oh my god, alright, yeah, not just all of them are very, very good. Iridium. There you go, 6 minutes for the third point. Yeah, that asteroid mining station has kind of made a bit of a difference there. Just a little bit. You know, wouldn't want to be a little over dramatic here, or over exaggerative. No, sir. No, sir. Why would we want to be like that? Alrighty. Numbers are starting to become rather large there. $100 million fuel. We already have the 1 million research, which seems a little, you know, kind of strangely low, quite frankly. Yeah, maybe the speed would have been better. Oh well. Well, speaking of, ruthenium common metals transport by 100%. I'll just do that for now. 8.2k per second. Oh man. That's a big upgrade. Alright, 0.6 for that. More drones. Alright. Asteroid mining station. It would be kind of bad if there was actually a limited amount of asteroids you could mine here. Yeah, like it's a finite thing. You only get certain, yeah, up to a certain amount of gold, platinum, or ruthenium. Or, well, precious ore, if you will. Now, if I get 1.6 mil, I can get another batch of 5. Shouldn't take too long here. Yeah, 64,000 per second. Yeah, that's alright. 79,000 now. It's not too bad. 121 so that was only 9,000. Not too great. But I think we are getting enough now for it to kind of not matter, really. Okay, so I think we're gonna want to get 10 ruthenium here, so we can get the precious ore bonus as well. And it looks like we're getting 8. Oh, the mining amount is a 1-to-1, it seems, actually. So then, is the drone amount just speeding it up? There's the third one, just about. Yep, there we go. And the next one is now 22 minutes. Sheesh. So what are we at right now for ruthenium 3? Oh no, that's not very good at all, is it? We're now at 146 each ruthenium, so now it's gonna be... Ooh, and I think this is slowing down too. Spawn drone, 3 more, not great. Yeah, might have to rebirth here. Prestige, whatever. Alright. That's fine. Locked in demo. Well, that's unfortunate. You could at least give me an idea of what they will be in the full game. Might not even have an idea of what they might be in the full game yet, so don't know. Fuel gained by drones is increased by 10% per tier for each press toy. So that's only 60% really. Satellites are 100% more effective per tier. But it is a percentile increase, so that might help. Unfortunately, none of them seem to be for the precious ores. It's probably one of the locked trees, really. So it is a bit of a shame, though, that the music is locked behind specific, you know, phases, effectively. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 14, 21 right now? Yeah. Hopefully I won't need to put 50 drones on the moon now. Should be able to pivot some of those drones now to the asteroid mining. Oh my god. Okay, so so it went from 79 to 315. So that's now like a 3 times multiplier. And that weird. Okay. $746 minutes. How many is that even? It's like 10 hours plus? Okay, so let's see, 7.9 thousand to satellite, 7.9 to 9.3. So it was a small increase, not too small, like an acceptable amount, really. That was a very small amount comparatively, though. Yeah, satellites are currently doing better. $500 extra metal per second for an extra satellite, so it's pretty decent. What are we looking at currently for 2.5 mil? Yeah, I was really kind of hoping that the extra point into fuel and research was going to help a lot, but I think that's already kind of seeing diminishing returns here. You know, that second boost is not helping as much. It's not like a 2 times boost, it's now like a 30% or something. You know, like going from 3 per second to 6 is big. Going from 6 to 9, well, it's not that big. It's now 50%, not 30, but still. I was also kind of expecting the 100% extra metals to have done a little bit more. At least it doesn't feel like it's doing much more, but I do only have 30 compared to the 50, so... And I do think I've gotten to the same point a little bit faster, so it is helping, it's just... You know, diminishing returns not being all that great here. It's escaping containment. And yeah, it does actually slow down. Bit of a small shame there isn't a secondary planet you can pull metals and such from. There's also not a satellite option for the asteroid mining station, although I suppose technically that's what the palladium is for. Are we up to 4? Oh, that's not great. It's like, if you get the mining speed upgrade, it's just like one little hit of speed boost. And then it just seems to kind of immediately wear off. $113, $177. Oh boy, really kind of begs the question of whether or not it would just be worth more just to go for gold and platinum there. Three more, basically. I think I'm gonna need 7 to 800-ish precious ore. 12 minutes. Sheesh. Apparently I've been playing this for about 45 minutes. That's a little different. I don't think I was doing that last time, was it? Also, it kind of just looks like the research drones are... Oh no, it's their little pop-up. That's what that is. I thought they were glitching out. Oh, that is not worth it. What do we even need at this point? Oh god, I'd even noticed that. Alright, Hephaestus. Spawn collector. Spawn a collecting drone for collecting silicon. Hold the button to spawn multiple drones. Costs 1 drone. Collect speed. What do you do? Fuel burst. Emits a burst of fuel equivalent to 10 miners periodically. Upgrade using 1. Okay. Emits a burst of precious... Oh. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Huh. Wait, where are they going? Okay, so iridium is actually benefiting the silicon, and we have an iridium. Oh yeah, the silicon is actually just producing precious ore effectively. Interesting. And it just seems like everything is just 1 silicon at a time. Yeah. Kinda strange. Hey, I'm sorry, did the manual mining tier, like, upgrade stay into the next prestige? Oh, you need 1 more. Uh-oh. Rhodium, so satellite effects by 100% points research. Yeah, you can kind of notice the uptick for that. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to be getting too much more. 261 times 11 would be 26 and change. I am currently at 900. With the inflation, it's probably going to be like 3,000 plus ore, so I don't know if that's really going to be worth it. Precious ore mining by 200% if you get palladium, but the thing is at this point, the silicon is actually outpacing the asteroid mining station itself. Asteroid mining station itself is kinda poopy. Alright, well, there's our silicon. Hold on, let me go back here, get some drones. Mining amount increase. Extra help, sure. Extra satellites by actually a decent chunk there. 320,000. So each satellite now for metals is 40,000 extra. That's not too shabby. I need 2 billion fuel, which is not a small number. Equivalent to 280 drones periodically. We are up now to just 1 prestige point. All of this! And it's 1 prestige point. Are you kidding me? Oh my Jesus. Metals transport. Metals and precious. Yeah, I don't really think that's going to be worth it. Well, I say this, but at this point I kind of might as well, considering it's now effectively one of the cheaper ones. Or the cheapest one. Platinum is at 9, 10, I need 3 more. One more. Yeah, imagine just being a space trucker, and you have to just on a daily basis, maybe even hourly, just avoid these these shipments that are just being delivered you know. What would it be actually? It's not interstellar, it's not intergalactic, intersystem? I don't know. What would the technical term for that be? Just in system. I don't know. Alright, more drones. Why not? Mining them out, probably unnecessary at this point. We got 20. We can afford it. Yeah, it wasn't really worth it. Yeah, it probably wasn't really worth it either, was it? Now, a question is, does gold have a separate value than the iridium, or are these basically the same? You know, like, would it be better to store some gold and iridium, or is it just better to always put it into iridium? Because, especially now, because the iridium is now costing as much as it would be. Yeah, well, the value, you know, the fuel gen is 1500% compared to that, so. How many do we got? We got 5, 4, and 2. Palladium would just be for satellites, so it's, I mean, the satellites aren't that bad now, like, they're actually kinda being useful. 5.2 million per second. 5.7. Yeah, so each satellite is about a 500,000 increase, which really isn't too terrible. Yeah, it's just it's not even really worth trying to get these drones to do anything more with the mining speed or amounts. They're just... The gas giant, Hephaestus, is just... The silicon is just too good. It really is. It's just too good. Alright, so I guess we'll see what the last bit is. Alright, Syrinx. So is this kind of like a Venus thing, or is this more of like a really small gas giant? Still only 1 prestige point. Alright, lasers give you compressed gas. Alright, laser speed. Alright, send compressed gas to research station. Research station boost would be a 0.1%. Oh, it's one of these things. Ah. Don't you actually need to wait for them to reach it? So we have a lifetime total of 200 silicon. Don't we have that? Hmm. Yep, there's that, I suppose. 192 million. Yeah, that's fine. This is an odd bird of a game. It is an incremental game, but they try to do a little bit of a different thing with it. Whether or not that works, I suppose, really is down to your own personal, perception, but I don't think it's too terrible. I think a lot of their music choice, at least, is kind of fitting. It has most of the skill trees locked, though, which is... I don't know if there's other solar systems that you can go for or what, but... Is that just how many are in transit? Strange. I think the sound effects, though, definitely could be culled a little, because once these things start having speed upgrades, it just... It loses any kind of meaning. And then you kind of get this one where there seems to just be no sound at all. Same with this one, so I don't know why the mining planet Vesta has that, but not the others. Alright, so we are at a decent chunk more. Actually, can we get a... Yep. That 30 billion is really not wanting to get any closer, is it? 2 points. So it really does make me wonder, though, how much more the full game has, because... Well... I'm barely getting any prestige points here, but there is... What is it, like 5 other skill trees I haven't even been able to touch yet, so... How much is left? How much is more? Three minutes. It sounds like it's just dying. It sounds like it's an old speaker just glitching out. Yeah, that's doing nothing now for that research. 1.4 billion for another satellite. Yeah, good luck. I should have just done gold. I really kind of feel like the drones, the miners at the mining station could really do with an upgrade. Because it's like, Syrinx is doing a lot of heavy lifting and it barely even gets anything. Like, it's just kind of good off the cuff. Alright, so I think we will be finishing the demo if we hit the 50 billion. Trying to just get all the extra multipliers to help with that. $83 million now. $90. $1. Yeah, so that's what kind of what I'm saying right there is it's another 20 minutes now for the fourth prestige point. So you either don't get a whole hell of a lot before you beat the game, or you really need to pick and choose when you have access to those other trees. Alright, so 18, yeah, we're not gonna get there. I think we're gonna hit 50 bill before then. Yeah, 400k research per second for that. That was not worth the expenditure. Oh well. So we're 116 million now per second. $116 million per second. We are over halfway, so that leaves, well, I mean, it's probably about 20 billion left now, so. What is that? It's like 10 seconds per billion, right? I think that would be about a minute and a half-ish now. I'm honestly kind of surprised, though, that the compressed gas bonus from Zarukthaz is not a diminishing return. Not really. Obviously, once you hit a certain type of value, it's gonna start not being noticeable, but it's still adding up quite noticeably here. It is kind of a shame, though, that you can't just tell Zarukthaz to send a little bit to everyone. It's only one. You know, like 10% to research, 10% to, you know, metals. I do find it kind of funny that the asteroid is an option. You know, choose that when you have the silicon as an option. Okay. You should now be ready to harvest the energy of the parent star. Deploy some drones to build panels and assemble a Dyson swarm. Oh, that's what it's called. A swarm, not a... Alright. Spawn panel. Yeah, I hit this button and then it pops up end of demo. Yeah, just one is good, right? That looks more like a death laser. Okay. Upgrades resource generation boost for every level. Alright. So I guess the other panels are just going to be decorative? You can't split them? Kind of like Zarukthaz? That's a little sad. Oh, but this one is actually better than Syrinx. It is... Like, how is it working? Is it just increasing every time it finishes? No, it is a 10%. Okay, I think it's because of Starburst. That's why. Yeah, that's, you can't even read a single number. Well, okay, that's a lie. I can read 93.2k. I just kind of enjoy the fact that we have a death laser. It's the magnifying glass. You know? It is the magnifying glass towards the ants, except the planet is the ant. Actually, I've been meaning to go back to Solaris, and I do wonder if there is something like that now. Just, I think you can Dyson Sphere, but I don't remember if you can turn that into a weapon of any sort. I remember there being a ring system, you know, ring planet, and being able to recolonize it and repair it. Although I think a lot of the events that happen with it basically just destroy it. Oh, that was a mistake. Whoopsie. 2.5 trillion. Jesus. 3 billion research. Star. I swear that is a name from Star Sector. I would have thought that that would have been much slower, but... or faster, even. I thought it would be, kind of like the metals, where the more of it you have, it would slow down, but seemingly not. Okay, so that's now a 15%. Amount of energy harvested by the solar panels, which is apparently 10. Alright. I think I'm going to end it here. Maybe just one more prestige. Let's see. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 trees in total. Fuel and common metals gain is increased by 1% for each research drone, so... but again, it's the question of whether or not this is an entirely separate modifier, because, you know, maybe just putting one more point into fuel and satellites would be better because of that extra 100%, but if it is, you know, multiplying, even if it's only like 30 drones, 30%, a 30% extra on the end of that might be more beneficial. I don't know. Fuel gain from drones is increased by 10% for no. And that one is just... Why would you do it? Okay. Now, we'll be ending it here. So that is the demo for Starvester. I really am curious just if there is other stuff outside of what we just saw. You know, secondary system, like, you have 7 other trees for your prestige points. You know, like, either the amount of points you are getting needs to be increased, or there is stuff after. I don't know. But I do kind of like it. I like most of the music choice. Apparently there is about 5 hours of gameplay for the campaign. So this has been 1. So that answers my question. There has to be other stuff behind the 1 system. There has to be. But yeah, that is the demo for Starvester. Unfortunately, I don't know when it's going to be out because there is no information given on that. It is simply coming soon. But yes, if you want to give the demo a try yourself, well, it's available. So yeah, that'll be it for now. Until next time, have a good one.